If I crash my car 3 times a week, you wouldn't say I had an accident. But if I hurt my wife's feelings 3 times a week, you just might say it was accidental. In fact, as a couples therapist, I watch people do this all the time. I watch people hurt each other's feelings and then say that wasn't my intention. Now, if I hurt my wife's feelings, but the thing I said was really important, that's a different scenario. That's not what we're talking about right now. What I'm talking about right now is when I hurt my wife's feelings for no good reason. Like I'm saying something to her that's not like super important or critical or urgent. It's just something I said that hurts her feelings. And there's 3 possible explanations for that. The best possible scenario is that I said something without knowing it was going to hurt her feelings. So I didn't know. That's the best case scenario. The next best case scenario is that I knew, but I didn't care. And this is where most of us land, is this idea that I know, but I don't care. And now at the bottom, there's a third category, which is I knew and I wanted to hurt her feelings. That has happened in my marriage. There have been times when I've said things that were designed to hurt my wife's feelings. But more often, it's just this middle thing where I'm going to say things that hurt your feelings because it's not important to me to not hurt your feelings. I don't care about you enough to hold myself in check and to be careful about what I say, maybe to think about the impact of what I'm going to say before I say it. I just let fly. I just say what comes to mind, and if it hurts your feelings, that's not really a big problem for me. So the solution is for me to pause before I speak and to ask myself the question, what impact am I about to have? Is this going to be hurtful or not? And there's a really good chance that I can guess how hurtful it's going to be. If it's going to be hurtful and it's really important, then I'll probably say it anyway because it's really important. But if it's going to be hurtful and it's not important, I'm better off not saying it, because if I want to have a good marriage, I have to learn to care enough about my wife to not say hurtful things unless they're really important. There's a small percentage of the population that really struggles with understanding the emotional impact they're about to have before they have it. But people like that are like that all the time. So if I can manage my emotional impact when I'm talking to my boss, but then if I talk to my wife, I claim that I don't know about my emotional impact, that's probably not the case. What's probably the case is I know that I can't get away with it with my boss, but I can get away with it with my wife, and so I'm letting things fly with my wife, and I'm holding myself back with my boss because I understand what my impact is and I don't want to lose my job. There are people who struggle with this kind of thing, but it really holds them back in their careers and it holds them back in every aspect of life because they're constantly upsetting people everywhere they go, and they aren't able to rein it in important situations where it's going to severely impact their life. Most of us are not like that. Most of us are willing to have a negative emotional impact only when we know we can get away with it, and only when we think we're safe to do so. One of the safest places to hurt someone's feelings is in a marriage, and so that's where a lot of us do it most of the time.